Okay, this is another electronic project. Bought this one as a kit from HobbyKing. It's called the Do-It-Yourself Music Spectrum LED Column Kit. And you need to have a lot of soldering experience or a lot of patience. It takes quite a while to solder all these LEDs. There's no framework or circuit board to solder all the LEDs onto. They do give you a plexiglass template with holes so you can build up each ring of 32 LEDs. And then once all the rings are built, then you solder all the leads of all the rings together in columns. And then you connect wires down to the circuit board from each row of LEDs, or I should say each stack of LEDs. So there are 8 stacks of 32 LEDs or 256 LEDs. And each LED can be controlled individually. And there's already a program in here that's pre-programmed so that it does different things with the remote control. So it takes quite a few hours of soldering and a lot of patience to do all the soldering, to solder 256 LEDs and the parts on the circuit board also. So you get a remote control, and there was no information on what each of the buttons of the remote control did, so I did a test, and then I created a spreadsheet, and I downloaded this into the HobbyKing website. So you can find this also on the HobbyKing website now, which shows what each of the buttons on the remote control do. But I can quickly demonstrate what most of them do. There's the menu button on the remote control sets it up for if you want to connect music to it, and then the LEDs change according to the volume or the level of the music, frequencies of the music. But let's just start with the other mode, since I'm not going to connect music to this one right now. I have done that and it works. So the test button turns all the LEDs on, so that gives you a good idea if they're all working. When I was building this, I tested each LED with just a battery and a resistor, series resistor, so I didn't have too much current going through each LED, and then I just tested each one individually to make sure all the soldering connections were good before I attached it to the circuit board. The plus key spells out I love you, and spinning I love you around. The next key is the return key, and that one does spinning vertical lines. Then you have happy birthday. Then the next button is descending rings. The next one does Happy New Year. And the 0 key does rings that go up and down, and then the speed varies it gets faster and faster as it goes, and then it repeats after it gets to the highest speed. The next one spells out Merry Christmas. And the C key makes these rings that go back and forth to the center and back out again. Then the number 1 key does 4 LEDs descending. The number 2 key does it in groups of 4 LEDs spinning. The 3 key does hearts spinning. The 4 key does the smiling face spinning around. The 5 key does an alternating pattern spinning around. The 6 key does, I call it spinning windows or spinning squares. The 7 key does this sawtooth pattern that's spinning. The 8 key does spinning diagonal lines. And the 9 key does spinning big hearts. So there you go. Comes with the remote control and all the parts to build this. It takes several hours to build, but it works pretty well. Okay, thank you. Please like, subscribe, and share this video. Thanks.